We're about to watch the Houston Bandits face off against the Las Vegas Venom. Let's see it. And they're off. Houston Bandits versus the Las Vegas Venom. Now, the Venom are coming off of their losing season. They've had a few losing seasons. They've only ever had one win in franchise history, and I believe 3 years of the history of the team, and it was against the Breakers back when they weren't as dominant as they are now, but now we see they are a playoff team. Now, the Venom have a lot of roster changes. They've had some hiccups. They were the Daytona Beach Venom. They became the Las Vegas Venom, so a lot of history there, but they're looking to make a splash with a full roster, including Olympian West kids. Now, for the Houston Bandits, coached by Sophia Davenport, this is their first year on the grid, and they are making a splash. This is their first year in the franchise. They handed the Southwest Florida Sharks their first L. They were undefeated going into this. They wasn't a match win, but it was a race win, and as we know, there are 11 races within one match, so they handed them 2 Ls, which is a big victory for the Bandits and showing that they are not a scrub team, and they came here to play. Now, these teams going into this knew that they were going to be on the bottom. They didn't make it to the playoffs this season. The playoffs are basically set for the conferences, but they are playing for not the bottom spot, right? You don't want to be last. You got to be at least second to last. It's a tough one.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm up here just watching the Houston Bandits. Like I said, they're a new team, but they are taking risks. They are not afraid to take chances. We have Ben Collins over here and Colleen Carey. They are literally clearing the boxes. They didn't even touch the top of the box, and they called up and made up great time and putting them ahead just by a little bit.
Definitely. They actually made up a lot of time on that. Here comes John Young, and he is on those overhead squats for the Houston Bandits, followed by Lauren Olson. For the Las Vegas Venom, that's going to be Whitney Cutter, and that's Dylan Florentine waiting for her.
Yeah, and you see, John Young is up here trying to make sure that if people are going to talk about him, it's going to be in a good light. So he's actually picking up very strong, but Lauren Olson over here has definitely every single match has gotten better and better. She's took her experience from the CrossFit world, but coming up here, and now she's learning grid speed.
Yeah, she's definitely very good at grid. I think the Venom have regained their lead a little bit here. Whitney Cutter with the overhead squat, she's struggling a little bit. Lauren Olson is having a better time with those than she is. Whitney Cutter struggling a little bit. Dylan Florentine has the hops, but can he finish ahead of John Young? Lauren Olson, 1 rep remaining. Can they finish? And the Houston Bandits, mistake by Lauren Olson, but they're still going to take that partner forward. She thought that she had an extra rep to do.
Oh, wow. She did an extra rep, and they still finished first.
Yeah, they're faulting over here. She's struggling with that last box jump over there in the fourth quadrant.
Yeah, so definitely going to get clarification on the box jump over. And I see Coach Paul has that red flag hanging, so it may be coming back. But I know that they got some costly no reps. So the standard for the box jump overs is that both feet must cross over the plane. So they probably got faulted for possibly coming off at the angle. You have to go across the plane for it to count.
Definitely. Let me see that flag on my screen real quick. Well, anyway, the flag is there.
Oh, there it is.
Here it is. It's right here. What is happening? I know how to draw, guys.
No,
all right, here it is.
There you go.
Got to do it at an angle. But we're having fun here with our toys. I think they're reviewing the flag in play. They're resetting the grid. I think they're challenging something on the opposite side of the grid. Coach Paul was calling it. And they're just, making sure that they have every opportunity to win everything. Lydia Smith is going to try to do the 2 quadrants in partner forward. They're planning for the rerun in case it goes their way, which is a smart thing to do. You don't want to wait until, oh yeah, sure, you could have the rerun, and then you're not prepared for it. Coach Paul over there looking mighty, fine over there, might I say myself. But he has the shirt open, he has the swag, he has the glasses. The Houston Bandits came out here hot, by the way. They came out here, Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy was the walkout song that they chose, and they came out in glasses and bandanas in honor of the Houston Bandits just to show something. But it's going to be a fun time. I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to Daniel so he can tell us what's happening. Daniel?
All right, we're on the grid. We got 2 challenges going on. The first is a challenge by the Venom coach, Paul Bayer. He's challenging the depth of the squats on John Young's overhead dumbbell squats. And there's a referee challenge as well on a player on the Bandits not being in the hash marks prior to the other athlete completing their reps. So we're going to take a look at it. Once we get a ruling, we'll be back with you.
Thanks for that, John. Sorry, Daniel, I was saying John because it was John Young who wasn't in the hash box, and Sophia was telling him after the match, like, oh, you weren't in the hash box while she was completing her reps. So this might go down to a rerun either way, but the Venom are going to have to see if they have someone that can handle those dumbbells at that speed, but also do the jumps, which is really hard to be able to do both.
It really is, and if I can remember correctly, if they do have to rerun, it's going to be the last 2 quadrants, which is it's going to be, if I can find it, it's going to be...
The last 2 quadrants are going to be 40 pounds for the ladies, 50 pounds for the men, and then 50 pounds for the women and 70 pounds for the men. And the heights are going to be 34 and 38 inches for men. The height for females is going to be 30 and 34.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the pickup. That's what we call grid speed.
Teamwork. Gotcha.
Exactly. So, but it depends on who they put in. Are they going to run their same athletes? I'll still, if I was the Bandit, still keep Lauren and John in there. They were definitely a lot faster and stronger, more efficient. The way that Lauren handled the double dumbbell overhead squats, and she's also a taller athlete, so she made easy work of that higher box.
Definitely. I mean, it's going to be really tough for them to be able to do it. I think they're thinking about putting Tori Height in there, but we know that she has a lot of work to do in this match to pick up some of the gymnastic skills and at the speed that they need, because Tori Height can do it all, but should she do it all is the question.
Exactly, and this isn't just for fun, even though everyone keeps on saying this is for fun. No, each team has a lot to prove. We saw that fun turn to serious real quick.
Yes.
But both teams have something to prove, so I think this is definitely going to go down to the last race, as always.
Definitely. I mean, it's going to be a really tough one. We're still trying to figure out what exactly the call is, but we're going to find out from Daniel in just a moment. In the meantime, I'm Cassie Martinez.
And I'm Taylor Solly.
And we're having a blast here on the grid. This is day 2. We're in Dallas, Texas. So if you're in the area, we still have one more match after this. So you can come and hang out with us. We're at the Mesquite Convention Center. What a beautiful little town. We're in Texas for sure. We're not used to this kind of environment, huh?
Oh my goodness, we've been seeing so many horses and cowboy, cowgirl boots and everything. I'm like, I'm not hitting the look right now. I'm trying to catch up here with them.
I was telling Taylor earlier, I have to go hit the Texas two-step later. I have to find somewhere that's going to teach me and let me make a fool out of myself. Are you coming with me?
Let's go.
All right, we out. Well, find us at your local honky tonk. I love saying that word so much. I've said it in every single match, like the last 2 days. I wonder if they really call them honky tonks. Do you guys call them honky tonks for real, or is that just like a stereotype kind of?
I'm pretty sure that they definitely call it. It's probably in the vocabulary. I think it's in the dictionary.
As long as it's in the vocabulary. The Venom are over there trying to figure out what exactly they're going to do. They have Wes Kitts. By the way, they have Wes Kitts, 2-time Olympian. That's this guy over here. Oh, my screen. You see, this pencil's not calibrated correctly. I promise I know how to, use things. So we're going to have to, start an inch away from wherever I draw. And this is going to be my happy face. It's a tough one. But we're having a lot of fun here on the grid. They're still reviewing. As soon as we have information, we will give it to you. Go ahead and comment where you're from. Who are you watching for? Are you watching for John Young? Probably. But let me hear it. I haven't seen a lot of tacos in the comments, so you got to take a look at those.
And look, we are in Texas, so they are kind of known for their barbecue and tacos. So I still think I'm here for the rest of the night, leaving early in the morning, so I need to find a good taco today.
Ooh, yeah, that's true. I haven't had any, Texas-specific food. I'm going to go ahead and send it over to my friend Daniel, who has a little bit more information for us.
On the grid, the referees have their ruling. It looks as though there were faults made on the Bandits. However, because of those faults didn't dictate the outcome of the race, the ruling on the grid is going to stand.
So it looks like the call is going to stand, and they are going to lose their challenge flag over there on the Venom side.
Yeah, so the rule is if you challenge it, they will go back and look at to see if there was, in fact, a fault. But then they also go in and then they look at the time to see if, even if that did happen, if it would have definitively affected the outcome of the match. If it did, then they'll go back and rerun. If they decided that it did not, then they will not rerun.
That's right, Taylor. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rosters while we're here. Let's have some fun. And here we are. We're here looking at the Las Vegas Venom. I'm looking at this girl right here, Tori Height. Okay, I've kind of figured out how to use this pen. Looking at West Kitts. Pretend I'm circling West Kitts to be a big difference maker here for the Venom and to pick up a little bit. As far as the gymnastics, of course, I'm looking at Alex Smith. You can't really, oh, there we go.
There we go.
I gotta look at this screen while I'm drawing, as well as Dakota Shackleton, who does a lot of the work.
Yeah. I agree with Dakota Shackleton. Like, he's definitely come into his own, and he's shown that he is definitely a well-rounded athlete. But I'm also going to be looking at McKenna. There you go.
Yeah.
And also Marissa Mayer. Don't forget about his name. But these ladies are going to be strong on the barbell, so you're going to be seeing them in the echo, and also Lydia Smith is going to be taking over a lot of that brunt. But I'm also going to be looking at Seth Hebert. He did a lot of work yesterday. He's a taller guy, longer guy, but he also is very strong. So I want to see more of this rookie.
Definitely. Now, going into this, it's going to be really exciting. We're looking into the next race, which is the mirror. If you don't know what that is, I have great news for you. You're about to learn. Don't go anywhere.
Mirror, the second race of every match, always features a barbell element. A male and a female barbell are placed in the first quadrant. Upon the start of the race, both are picked up by the team in any fashion by the 3 men and 3 women allowed in the race at any given time. Once the barbell leaves the ground, it may not touch the ground again until all reps are complete. If it does, the entire team must return to the start line before continuing. A set number of reps must be completed by both genders in each quadrant before the team can move on. Non-lifting players will act as the human rack to support the barbells as the team moves from quadrant to quadrant and switches performing players in the process as needed. Substitutions may happen at any time. Time stops when all reps are complete, and the last player crosses the finish line. This strength-focused race has the most players on the grid at the same time and requires effective planning and practice to be executed well through coordination amongst players. Remember, don't drop the barbell in the mirror race.
Haha, did I trick you? You thought we weren't going to talk about the Bandits? Of course we are. Everybody's favorite, John Young. I heard that he's going to be doing a lot of work going up into the ladder. I'm also looking at Colleen Carey to be doing a lot of the bodyweight specialist things. And I was told to keep a special eye out for Matthew. This pen is not going well right now. It's okay, though.
It's a little bit not calibrated, so bear with our drawings. I'm going to be looking at Benjamin Collins. He was up there just clearing the boxes over there. He's extremely athletic and strong, so I'm definitely going to be looking for him. And also my guy, Aaron Medina. He put on a clinic last time with his ringer point, and he wanted to prove to everybody that he is an athlete and he is a dog.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be awesome. Let's go ahead and take a look at those game faces. We're getting ready for the mirror. It's 2 gendered teams going at the same time, so men on one side, women on the other. Each quadrant, you have to complete 10 shoulder to overhead, so all the way up. And then after that, you are going to transition into the next quadrant, so another pair can do it as well.
Players ready. Stand by. Race.
And they're off. West Kitts for the Las Vegas Venom is definitely one to look out for. He is a 2-time Olympic weightlifting Olympian. Yes, in the actual Olympics. And McKenna Neeb over there in the purple. For the Bandits, that's Rafael Gallo, as well as...
Watch the 2 first ahead of the Bandits.
Oh, that was Lauren Olsen.
That was Lauren Olsen, thank you. We're looking at Chantel Lund and Mason Belk for the Houston Bandits. Now, something important to note, if you drop the barbell at any time, your whole team has to go back to the start line and then come back and pick up the barbell where it left off. So any little thing is going to hurt you. We're looking at Seth Hebert taking over for the Venom. The Venom having a slight lead here. Sophia Davenport for the Bandits.
I'm definitely looking at these last two quadrants. If you're doing this right, you're supposed to be getting faster as you transition through the grid. So your fastest athlete should be at the end. And you see the Venom have a slight little lead, but I see athletes come back from in that fourth corner. So they have smaller athletes over there on the Venom, but the Bandits, they're still moving. They're still moving fast. Let's see who finishes and who gets across that finish first.
Definitely. 1 rep remaining, and the Venom are going to take this mirror race.
Whoa, there was almost a little bit of hesitation on Daniel on over there on the Vegas side, and he would look like he wasn't too sure if he was supposed to be done. Oh, I see another challenge
Yeah, I saw what they called the challenge flag on Seth Hebert. He stepped into the finish line before his team finished doing their reps, so they're going to review it, see if it would have definitively affected the outcome of the race, because at the end of the day, I mean, the speed that they were going at, they could have done an extra rep and still had, you know, plenty of time to go into the finish line. So we'll see if the calling is upheld.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Sophia. So Sophia Davenport, she is not afraid to throw a flag. So I'm not surprised that she is throwing a flag, but making sure that it's the right call has been the issue. So they're discussing it right now and making sure, because you have 30 seconds to let the judge know or the ref know what the call is for and make sure it's right. There's also a ref's flag as well. I just saw being thrown.
Every team gets 2 flags for the match. So if you win your challenge, you get your flag back, but if you lose your challenge, you get it taken away from you. Now, the weight that we just saw was 215 pounds for the men, 140 pounds for the women. That's nothing to balk at, so hopefully they don't have to do it again, but we'll see. We're all about in the spirit of fairness. So they're reviewing that. We're going to get some more information from Daniel in a few seconds. People are saying, man, there's so many flags. There's so many flags. The stakes are high today. I mean, nobody's fighting for a playoff spot today, but everybody's fighting for that glory. It's the end of the regular season. For these two teams, it's the end of their season. We're not going to see them anymore until next year.
Oh,
that's so sad to say.
I know. Ooh. All these flags, I feel like we're in the United Nations. All these flags being being thrown out here. Where are we? Goodness. Did we wave a flag in the air?
No, exactly. Let's go ahead and hear from Daniel for the specifics about what's happening. Talk to me, Daniel.
We got a referee's challenge here on the grid. There was a player that moved into the finish line in quadrant 4 prior to work being completed. So the referees are going to review that first and rule on that. There's also a coach's challenge that could potentially come into play, but we want to correct and get the referee's challenge done first, then we'll address the coach's challenge if needed. So stay tuned, we'll get a ruling, but until then, back to you.
Interesting. I didn't know that there was a referee flag. What do you think? What do you make of that?
Yeah, I saw that there was a coach's challenge on there, and then shortly after that, I saw the checker flag come out again. So I was like, okay, something definitely happened. There's 2 flags out there, so more than likely we probably will see a rerun. And if that happens, then they're gonna run in. They're only gonna do the 4th quadrant though. So you're gonna put your fastest athlete. I think the bar is gonna start in the 3rd quadrant. They'll pick it up and they'll carry it into the 4th quadrant. And it's your fastest against the other team's fastest.
Definitely. It's going to be interesting to see. There's a lot of coordination that's happening about that, and to make sure that it happens the right way. I'm sure the teams are not going to make the same mistake twice, but it's going to be interesting to see which players they send out to be their fastest. I have a feeling the Venom are going to send out Wes Kitts again. Of course, I think that was like the real difference maker that made up a lot of time for them going into this one.
Yeah, like you could put in the Olympian, but he is also a longer athlete as well too. So it's like, do you put him in because you know he has the strength, or do you put in Daniel Hardiman in there because he is a little bit on the shorter stature side, and he was repping through that weight just fine. He was pulling it down. So let's see which route that they choose.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting for sure. It looks like they are going to redo the mirror. They're setting it up on the third quadrant, but I don't want to speak too soon. I'm going to wait for Daniel to tell you for sure. But the Bandits are doing their own strategy while the Venom are, but the Venom are definitely looking to keep that win. I think they're going to need it going against this Bandit team.
Yeah, and then another thing that you also have to look into is that it's such a simple movement, but it's also simple to mess up as well, too. I'm looking at the knees and the hips, because if you go into a push jerk and the bar starts to come down before you stand up, that is technically a fault. So I'm going to be looking to see if, one, if the ref's going to call it, two, if to making sure that the athletes are standing up to complete it and who can pull it right back down the fastest.
Definitely. It's going to be hard for both of these teams, especially going into this. But I'm going to go ahead and send it to Daniel for more information. Daniel, talk to me.
All right, we're back on the grid. We got a ruling for the referee challenge. The challenge by the ref wasn't going to dictate the outcome of the race. So with that, I did say earlier that there was a coach's challenge as well. So that is now going to come into effect. They're reviewing the coach's challenge on reps locked out in quadrant 3. So once they take a look at that, once we get another ruling from there, I'll be back with you to let you know how we're going to either conclude this race or resume it. Cassie, back to you.
Thanks for that, Daniel. What are you laughing at, Taylor?
All these flags, all these rules. This sport is fast. It's very, very fast. And but the level of refs and how they have improved over the years has been tremendous. And I really do love the addition of the challenge flags on both sides. I know some people love it, some people hate it, but with how competitive the sport is, it's needed. Because I'm like, we've been on the screw side a couple of times where ref, like, I would try to challenge something, but if the ref felt 100% sure about the call, then we'll just move on. But then has come back and be like, yeah, we saw it now, but it doesn't really help you in that moment. So now giving the opportunity for the coaches to challenge something, but if they lose their challenge, they get penalized. But if they are right, then they get to actually decide it on the grid. I really like this opportunity for the teams to actually be able to fight and let the athletes decide who wins.
Definitely, and I think it's important to say too, like, these might be the losingest teams in their conference, but the teams that they've gone against are the teams in the playoff, essentially, right? Yeah. So the Venom played the Brigade, the Southwest Florida Sharks, the Bandits played the Sharks, and the Venom played the Breakers. The Bandits also played the Lions.
The very first match.
Yeah, so it's tough teams to go against, especially they're going against all the teams that are going to the playoffs. They didn't really touch the teams that aren't, going to make it necessarily. So it's definitely that tough thing of they had all the cards stacked against them. But even then, these two teams specifically have made such a splash in the season as a whole.
It really did, and we saw in a very exciting match against the Las Vegas Venom and the Tampa Bay Brigade yesterday. They went into a gridlock rerun after rerun, flags thrown all over the air, and it was just so exciting to see, the Tampa Bay Brigade turn back around and take the Sharks all the way down to the last race too. So even though they haven't won anything, it still doesn't mean they're not a good team.
Yeah. I definitely agree, and it's been close. It's been close outcomes for a lot of those races as well, and it's hard for the score to reflect that because, of course, you only get those extra points if you win. So definitely still reviewing everything, still figuring everything out, but comment down below where you from. Where are you watching from? Are you watching from Texas? Are you watching from Florida? I'm from Miami. Taylor's from New Jersey. We're having a blast out here. We want to hear from you. Where do you want to see a grid team? Is there a place near you that you would go and to a major city and watch grid? I know I would. I mean, I do. I just flew all the way to Texas to watch Grid. I have the best job in the whole world.
Oh my goodness. And now that I retire, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this, but I'm so happy I got a front row seat with you guys.
I'm glad you're here. That's for sure. We're going to find out from Daniel in just a second as soon as he finishes learning, because I see him over there. He's getting the information from the referee from the horse's mouth, and he's about to tell us right now. Daniel, can you talk to me real quick?
All right, we're back. The referees have looked up the coach's challenge, and they've ruled it as it's going to stand. The refs work good, and they're going to keep the race results as is on the grid. So a lot of match left. Hopefully we'll see what's to come, but Cassie, Taylor, back to y'all.
Thanks for that, Daniel. So it looks like the Venom are going to keep that mirror win, and the Bandits are now down also a challenge flag. So both of these teams only have one challenge flag left. That's the good news. The bad news is they're definitely going to be using it.
And like I said, Coach Sophia, she is not afraid to throw a flag, but now that's one less flag that she can throw. So so hopefully next time, I know they have the eyes over there, so they have to really do a really good job at dialing in, making sure that they make a good use of the challenge flag.
Definitely. I know these two teams are having fun. I said it earlier, the Venom came out with the bandanas, Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy song, and the Bandits were just such good sports about it. They knew they were going to go into this and have some fun. All of these players are insanely talented, and just to be able to come out and play together on such an even playing field is awesome. Now, we finished the mirror officially, so we're going to have to talk to somebody now, and I think Daniel's over there with a special guest, so we're going to have to hear from him in just a second. But in the meantime, we're going to hear from somebody on the grid with Daniel. Daniel, talk to me. Who are you with over there? I can't see.
What are we talking about?
I'm on the grid with Paul Bayer, coach of the Las Vegas Venom. Paul, love the shades, love the look. Obviously, yesterday was a tough battle. Came up a little bit short, but your team grinded. What does that say about this team and what you've been able to put together and have them come out here and have a performance like that yesterday?
I'm really proud of my team. We have a team of 9 total rookies. I think it's 10 actually total rookies. So more than half of our roster out of 10 out of 15. That's like a lot of math. So for a bunch of rookies to go out and beat a 7-year seasoned brigade team in so many matches just shows how talented they are and how much work that they've put in to playing grid, and I'm really proud of them.
What do you tell the team today going in? You come from that tough loss, but obviously you want them to come out and perform to the best of their ability. What is the message to the team as you find yourself in a position where you can actually take this match home?
We know that we have the talent, we know that we have the ability, and it's just execution. We know that we should have won yesterday, and we made a couple of rookie mistakes that took away the win from us. And so today, just cleaning up those small mistakes, we were probably the most dominant team on the grid yesterday.
Absolutely, and it showed. Well, best of luck the rest of the way. Appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
Back to y'all.
And we're back. Thanks for that, Daniel. That was some fun. We are getting ready for a ringer point race, which I'm particularly very excited for. We're about to see the West Kids 2-time Olympian face off against the John Young, everybody's people's champ over here on the grid. West Kids, of course, plays for the Las Vegas Venom, and John Young, of course, plays for the Houston Bandits. It's going to be 3 clean and jerks at 300 pounds. West Kids, I believe, clean and jerks about 400 pounds or something like that. So we'll see. This might, I think this is definitely going to be a hard one. I know that John Young snatches 300 pounds or so, so it's going to be a tough one.
I cannot believe we get front row seats to this.
This is like
there's a bonus flag.
The prime time special bonus flag on the Venom side. I think that's going to be a good one. and they are off. West Kids versus John Young. John Young is facing against an Olympian, and it is already 1 rep in, 1 rep remaining for West Kids. Can he do it? And West Kids. Watch out, that's a big boy.
I know, you're gonna catch that boy.
West Kids is going to take that win for the Venom. I mean, John Young lost that ringer point race, but if there's anyone to lose it to, he's the guy. I wouldn't feel too bad about that at all. John Young had some speed on him.
My guy just ran down there. He didn't even have to set up. His grip probably wasn't even right. John Young, he went over there. He made sure everything was perfect. And my guy West just ran over there. He's like, just give me this barbell. Is there?
That was crazy. I definitely want to see that replay later when I'm at home, because you had to be there to see it. That was insane. 300 whopping pounds on both of those barbells. John Young is fast.
He's fast.
You're looking at West Kids, so that was really fun. If there's anyone to lose to, it's West Kids.
Two-time Olympian.
Yes. So we're going to have some fun here. We're going to tabulate the scores, and we're going to see if John Young is going to get his team 1 point for finishing within 20% of West Kids. They're going to have to see the times. They're going to compare them to each other. And if he finished within 20%, he'll get 1 point for meeting the standard. That's how we do the grid rules here. Don't ask me questions about why. I know you guys have them. But we're going to have some fun. We're going to come right back after this. There's an exciting race coming that you don't want to miss. Be right back.
The Echo Race is made up of 4 stations of elements that each must be completed before moving on in the race. 1 male and 1 female are allowed on the grid at any given time, but only 1 player at a time can perform reps. Substitutions may happen at any time. Once the Echo Race is complete, get ready, because the same race will be repeated 45 seconds later. This race is about managing fatigue with your best players and leveraging roster depth to keep performance at a max pace through the second Echo. Remember, get ready to do it again in the Echo Race.
You were just watching Lu Jiajun, official sponsor of the Venom and of West Kids. That's what he uses on the Olympic platforms, which is so crazy that they're here on the grid right now. So awesome time there. But we're getting ready for the Echo, and of course it's called the Echo because it echoes.
Echoes.
Yeah, you do it twice with 45 seconds of rest in between. We're starting off with a 95-pound barbell. Taylor, tell them what they're going to do here.
All right, they're going to start off with 30 reps with a barbell movement with 95 pounds. The men are going to perform hang squat clusters, and the women are going to perform hang squat cleans. And then they're going to move on to 20 bar muscle-ups, and then 30 bar facing burpees, and then they're going to finish with 30 reps on another barbell at the end, this time with 115 pounds. The men are going to be doing squat snatches, and the women can perform any snatch going from the ground to overhead. They do not have to squat.
That's right, Taylor. Echo, they're going to do it once, then they're going to do it again with 45 seconds of rest in between. They are holding up something here. There's 30 seconds of work left before they start. Hopefully they don't hold it up too much, but
taking their time.
Yeah, they're just chalking up the bars to make sure that they could go up. But it's about to start, and it's about to go down. It's anybody's game right now. Still pretty close, and we're about to watch it play out right in front of your eyes.
Players ready. Stand by. Race!
And they're off. Whitney Cutter for the Las Vegas Venom. Red Carey for the Bandits. She is so small, Red Carey is. And not only is she an amazing bodyweight specialist, but look at her slinging that barbell. That's crazy.
I know, and she is a little athlete, but we've seen a lot of the bodyweight specialists kind of come in and just show out that they can handle a barbell too. And I love seeing that.
Definitely. It's going to be interesting to see who's ahead here, but Sammy Ballot is just so fast on these. You're seeing him wearing yellow on the Houston Bandits. Eddie G, of course, he's a hilarious personality on Instagram. If you can find him, but there's so much strength in that, even with all his personality.
Oh, he's so fast. He just murdered those hang clusters. But somebody that short, then he did a really good job of pulling himself down, punching through the bar, and then pulling him right back down. He had a little bit of hiccup with a little bit of balance, but he did a great job of recovery.
Definitely. It looks like the Venom finished first, but the Venom are the first onto those muscle-ups. They are waterfalling. What waterfalling means is you're going to be taking turns doing muscle-ups here, right? So it's give and take. While one is at the top, the other is at the bottom. You can't do them at the same time because there's only one referee, and it's not allowed. So you got a waterfall. Only one person can be working at a time, right, Taylor?
Exactly. And I'm up here looking at the Houston Bandits. You have Taylor Kiffner, and you can definitely tell that she is a gymnast.
Yeah, for sure.
She's doing this gymnastics kip there, but it is a little bit slower transition. So they got some making up to do. They're beautiful, but it did take a little bit longer to get through.
Yeah, one thing to note, it wouldn't be allowed in CrossFit, but this is not CrossFit. This is grid. So it's not about fitness. You're not trying to be the strongest or the fittest. You're trying to be the fastest. And that is the optimal way to do muscle-ups on the grid, is to try to go as quickly as possible. They're doing these burpees. Red Carey is extremely fast, and Tori Height is on the other side, switched out by Dan Hardiman, which is a bigger guy. He's hitting that barbell, but they're about 10 reps ahead here. Lydia Smith is already waiting by that barbell, and I can't wait to see how fast they're going to move here. Looks like Rafael Gallo is moving onto the barbell after the burpees. Natalie Schneider has some serious speed, but Lydia Smith is already taking off on those snatches. And who else would the Venom be putting in except for two-time Olympian West Kids? Come on now. Lydia Smith is absolutely crushing those. She is fast on that turnover for that power snatch.
Yeah, this is awesome. And like we mentioned earlier, the men and women are going to share a barbell. The women are they do not have to squat, but the men have to go and perform a squat snatch. So you're going to see a lot of the men pulling themselves right underneath into a squat, but then they have to stand straight up and finish that rep.
West Kids completely skipping that triple extension, and he's going just so fast. He's able to just get under that weight like it's nothing. It is 115 pounds on that barbell, so he can do that, as a warm-up, and he does do that as a warm-up. 16 remaining for the Bandits unofficially, 8 remaining for the Venom unofficially. McKenna Neeb is a strongman athlete, strong woman, if you will, and she's going to finish those as quickly as possible. John Young is coming in to see if he could cash up on those snatches just a little bit, because they are behind. 2 reps remaining for the Venom, and the Venom are going to take Echo 1. John Young making up some serious time, though, going as quickly as he can, because even if you're losing at this point, the way that the sport is set up, you have to go as quickly as possible if you want to try to rerun something. You want to close that differential in time as much as possible, right, Taylor?
Exactly. And he's still trying to get that 1 point, but also as soon as they cross the line, that's when the 45 seconds start and begin too. So John just performed a lot of reps right here. Let's see how their recovery is and see if any of the teams was going to change up their strategy. But the Venom did what needed to be done, because the Bandits are actually a lot faster on the burpees, but the Venom was a lot smoother, and they had a better transition with the waterfalls on the Venom, and so that's what helped them get ahead on the burpees.
Absolutely, and of course it's called the Echo because they echo.
Echo.
Yep, after 45 seconds, you're going to do it again. So now they're going to do the same thing all over again, and they're going to try to do it better than they did last time. So I'm sure the Bandits are going to recover from any of the mistakes they made, and they're going to try their best to come back from this for Echo 2.
Stand by.
And they're off. Whitney Cutter for the Bandits, Sophia Davenport, for the Venom, Sophia Davenport for the Bandits, and they are going fast. Sophia Davenport, she's really good at these when she doesn't turn around. We saw her make that mistake, but I'm glad to see her moving at her full speed and going as quickly as she can. It looks like they're doing the same transition over on the Venom side for Eddie G, but he knows how much faster he needs to go.
Oh
Look at that
God.
guy moving purple. Ben Collins also going so fast. Wow, this speed that's happening. Eddie needs to hit that full extension, though. They were calling him on it, but they are crushing these things right now. Wow.
I honestly never seen anybody move these hang clusters like both Eddie and Ben. That was insane. That's reckless speed right there. That was crazy.
Absolutely. It looks like the Bandits have a serious lead going into this one. 1 rep remaining for Whitney, and they are off. Dakota Shackleton doing those muscle ups. Can the Venom keep up that same speed and win this Echo, or are the Bandits kind of take it from them? The Bandits have a history of coming from behind. That's kind of their MO, Taylor.
I know, and Bandits, they're looking pretty strong over here. Sammy's looking good, but Taylor's still doing that gymnastics kick that's a little bit stronger. Let's see if the Venom are able to catch up. And it looks like they are ahead right there. We already talked about that the Bandits' burpee speed was a little bit faster than the Venom, so let's see if the Venom can speed it up a little bit.
Especially since Natalie Schneider has, you know, one of the fastest times, but it looks like Mason Belk is just one of those big guys that can do the burpees too. He's not afraid to just throw himself on the floor, but they're about to crush these. The Venom are now about 10 reps behind, which is pretty crazy. They were missing some speed there. Danielle Berry trying her best to keep up. There were some faults in there for her. Not sure exactly what's happening, but they're going to have to speed it up if they want to come back from it.
I know, they're down right now. They're down big. They don't have as big of a cushion as they did on that first one. The Bandits did a really good job of adjusting their strategy, and you see John Young is starting over there. He did a big set in that first Echo. So let's see how much stamina he has, but he's doing a great job of not even hitting that full extension, but pulling himself straight down.
Yep, Lydia Smith doing a great job of knowing exactly when to go for those snatches. That was a great eye that she had when he put his hand down, but John Young is crushing these. He's done already like 10 or 12, something like that. He is chipping away at those. He's gonna go ahead and hand it over to Chantel Lund. I believe you told me she was an equestrian of some kind?
No, she was a firefighter. Team
That's
USA firefighter. Record breaker, too. Record holder.
That's right. Wes Kitts is on the barbell. Rafael Gallo's on the barbell. Rafael is fast, let me tell you something.
Yeah, and he's a taller, longer athlete. But I'm up there looking at Venom. Definitely, they caught up just a little bit, but I think that the Bandits may just be just a little bit too far ahead to come catch up.
Definitely. About 7 reps remain separating these, and Marissa is trying her best to catch up, but there's only 2 reps left for the Bandits. I love a give and take. These teams are so good, and it's going to be a Bandits Echo 2.
Yeah, back and forth. Back and forth. This is why I'm glad nobody threw their bonus flag, because teams, they can switch up their strategy very easily. You saw that the Venom had a comfortable win on the first Echo, but the Bandits like, okay, y'all can have that, y'all can have that. But they came back with a fresh group of athletes, and their second Echo proved to be a lot stronger than the first one.
Yeah, it's really interesting how this match is shaping up, Taylor. I can't wait to see the rest of it. It's definitely a fight out here if we've ever seen one, and we've been seeing them all weekend.
Oh, yes, we have. My anxiety is through the roof. I don't know. I keep saying I don't know if it's the caffeine or these matches. This will get me excited.
I love that. There's so much energy drinks here. I'm personally having a rain. It's delicious. So definitely having a lot of energy out here. I'm trying to keep up with these teams, you know. But I'm going to go ahead and send it over to Daniel. He's with our friend over there on the grid. Go ahead, Daniel.
We're here with Houston Bandits, Chantel Lund. Chantel, it's been a tough week. We talked to Coach Davenport yesterday. She mentioned you being a first responder and having so much of not really a burden, but doing your job, you know, and it taking a toll, but then having to come out here and compete. Tell everybody just how hard and how difficult your job and doing this is.
Yeah, so I love competing. It's what pushes me to reach all of my goals. It also helps me with my job as well, with the mental, gives me something to do outside of work, but also it works side by side with my job as well. It pushes me to be physically fit in order to respond to my community. And so all around, it helps me as physically, mentally, and even spiritually as well.
Well, I can speak for the Grid family, but I'm sure all of Houston is appreciative of your efforts. So thank you for all that you do, and good luck the rest of the match. Thank you. Back to you.
And we're back. What a fun Echo. We're having a blast out here on the Grid, and I can't wait to see more. It's definitely very competitive, and it's going to be even more competitive going into this next race, the ladder. If you don't know what it is, you're in for a treat. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The ladder consists of 2 rows of 4 stations of a strength-based element, 1 row for males and 1 row for females. The weight increases as you move down the grid. Teams send out 1 player at a time, alternating male and female, to perform the designated lift for the match format. Each successful lift has a point value that is added to the team's ladder score. The point value is equal to the quadrant the barbell is sitting in. Players are allowed 1 lift attempt per quadrant and may skip any quadrant they choose, but are never allowed to backtrack once a barbell is passed. The team with the highest total point value at the end of the 4-minute time cap wins. This race is one of the most strategic and coach-reliant of all of the races. As a good game plan and in-the-moment decision-making, to manage time is everything. Remember, lift heavier and score higher in the ladder race.
And we're back, getting ready for the ladder, which is a strength-based race. Taylor, what can we expect here?
We are expecting to see my favorite ladder. We have the snatch ladder. So the men's weight is going to go from 195 and increase to 215, 235, and 255 pounds. The women's weight is going to increase from 120, 135, 150, and 165 pounds in that, on that last bar. The athletes are going to have an opportunity at 1 attempt to complete that lift at each quadrant, earning that corresponding bars respective points. So if the athlete hit the bar in the first quadrant, they get 1 point. If the athlete hits the bar in the 4th quadrant, then they get 4 points. So each athlete has an opportunity to gain 10 points for their team.
It's going to be interesting, and it's going to be a dogfight. We've seen some upsets in the ladder today, so I don't expect this will be any different. I'm not sure who will win this ladder. It's such a good match that I didn't go into this thinking there was going to be a clear winner, and there's still not a clear winner. And that's how I felt the last 2 matches. At least I thought, oh, okay, like this team is going to win. But for this one, it's such a toss-up.
I have no idea. It is still, and I said it before in the last match, there's 2 different matches that's being played. The first half on from the partner 4 all the way to the ladder, and then from that second ringer all the way to the sprint relay. But this right here is not even two matches. It's just going to be 1 match at a time because it is so close. Each team is so evenly spread. It's going to be about the cleanest athlete. I'm the cleanest team overall.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think we're definitely going to be looking out for Wes Kitts on this ladder, obviously. He could snatch much more than what's on the grid, but especially for the fact that I really want to see what his ladder time is going to be, which we won't find out right now. They're going to have to tabulate the scores after the matches end today. But I want to see if he ends up with the fastest ladder score, and I'm sure that the league is going to put out that Instagram on social media if you're interested in seeing if one of our other grid athletes are going to be able to beat him. But if he is going for the fastest ladder score, it's going to be for sure fun to follow up on.
They need to go back to the old school NPGL rules where they just allowed to just hit all the barbells, just go from one bar to the next and just zigzag, zigzag. I'm pretty sure West Kids can do all of them in less than 20 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. Now we're going to see how the strength specialists fare against each other. Strength for strength. We're looking at Matthew Ratze. Of course, when we think of strength, he's not the first guy on our minds, but he should be. Honestly, he's all around just so well-rounded and good at everything. But we're going to find out how these teams fare against each other right here. And they're off. Tori Height coming out for the Venom, who is also what I'm paying attention to because she is a powerhouse. I believe she lives in Alabama or Georgia, but she is ridiculous. She's already onto that third quadrant. Here's Matthew Ratze doing that third bar as well. Tori Height with that finish. She's going to go for that fourth bar. Matthew Ratze is going to go for that fourth bar. Who's going to take it? Ooh, Tori Height with a beautiful snatch. Matthew Ratze as well, and that is a ladder clear for both of those athletes. Now pay attention and let me know who you think is going to get the best ladder score here. Do you think it'll tie? Do you think these teams are evenly matched? I see the Venom are already onto that third bar ahead of the Bandits. So as long as they kind of keep the same score, it looks like the Venom are kind of ahead technically within the time cap because there's only about 3 minutes left here.
Exactly. Oh. So it's not only who can hit the most bars. You just saw both sides. They both missed that fourth bar right there. But you have to send. You want to send as many of your athletes through in the 4 minutes. So you can send 5 men and 5 women down in there. So yes, you want to make sure that you're hitting every single bar, but you also have to do it very fast as well too. And the snatch, I really love the snatch, but I know a lot of people hate it because the snatch, it really tells all your business. If you're a little bit on your toes or overpower it.
Snatch is my favorite.
I love it. So it's all about precision as well, too.
Yeah, that's a ladder clear for both of those athletes. McKenna Nee being a strongman athlete, so interesting to see her clear a ladder. She did used to do competitive weightlifting when she was younger, but that's never been her main focus. So it's a different move for her for sure. Dakota Shackleton clearing that third bar. Chantel Lund. Chantel Lund loves to take the barbells for a walk these last 2 days. A lot of fun watching her. Dakota Shackleton with the ladder clear. Team is happy about that. Chantel's going to get off the grid. It's going to bring out Mason Belk for the Houston Bandits, and Marissa Mayer is in the purple on your screen.
Yeah, you definitely, I'm looking at the women, like the majority of the guys, I think, the guys have been kind of hit or miss with that last bar. But I'm up there looking at the women to step up and to see how many women can hit that last bar. You just see Marissa was very close to hitting that last bar, just got a little bit behind her. So that's what shows again that precision. Mason Belk just finished clearing it. He is such a talented
here comes West Kids. Look at that speed over there.
See, I blinked.
Oh, yeah. Don't miss it, Taylor. Last bar for West Kids. Can he do it? Why was that a question? Calm down there, West Kids. Come on now.
He was
Avery Jesmer, she's going to try for that fourth bar. Can she do it?
Nope.
Oh, nope. They're telling her to get off the grid.
She set up and she took herself out.
Here comes John Young. Let's hit that split screen and keep it there, please, because John Young is going and Lydia Smith is going. Lydia Smith is a rookie this season, but she is filling in all the gaps that the Venom have needed for that strength. She is clearing that ladder like it's nobody's business. John Young is going for that fourth bar. Can he do it? Of course he can. Great job for John. It's going to bring in Sophia Davenport, coach and owner of the Houston Bandits on this side. Eddie G on the other side, trying to get as many as he can. We were talking about him earlier. He has just beautiful weightlifting skills. We're going to see him try for that fourth bar. Sophia Davenport pressing up that third quadrant. Eddie G caught it at the bottom, but unfortunately he let it go in front of him. Rafael Gallo is going to be coming out for the Houston Bandits. 30 seconds left on this time cap, friends. Whitney Cutter is coming out for the Venom, and that is a good third bar for both of these athletes. They're both going for the third. Nope, Rafael's going for the fourth, and Whitney is going to get out of there. It's going to bring in Dan Hardiman. He's who you want in a pinch because he is really good to the bottom of all of these movements. He has those squat abilities. Red Carey trying for that third quadrant. Dan failing, Carey failing, and that is a wrap for the ladder. See, if the score is correct, the Venom are going to take it by more than 10. But remember, that's an unofficial score. We have to figure out what the official score is. So I don't want to speak too soon, but we're going to see it in just a second how this is going to play out. Definitely interesting, definitely a lot of fun. And let me know what you're thinking right now. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was definitely like, this was something like the snatch. It's all about precision as well, too. We saw a lot of missed opportunities from athletes that probably should have hit that fourth bar there. And we're going to see if it is a 10-point differential. If that is the case, then the Bandits would not receive any points for this ladder. And then that will be a huge swing towards the Venom.
That's right, and I have a little bit of insider information that Coach Sophia was able to tell me earlier, as well as Matthew Ratte, and I didn't want to say it before because I didn't want to spoil it. Tori Height is going to be coming out for the handstand walk and clean and jerk at 205 pounds for her. She plays for the Venom. She would be really good at this. The thing is, they said that they're going to send out Sammy Balat for this ringer. They're going to put in Matthew Ratte for this ringer.
Are they doing a super wild card?
I believe so. They're throwing their bonus flag right now. It's definitely the trick of the century to be sending out Matthew Ratte instead of Sammy Balat, because they definitely thought that they had you know, a better chance than normal. But the fact that they threw this trick on the Venom is such a call out. They said, Venom, you want a show? You think that you're the best in show? I got something for you. Here you go. And they're about to send in arguably their best player to do that. And so it's going to be the super wild card for Matthew Ratte, and it's going to be crazy. I'm going to go ahead and send it to Daniel really quick with the ladder score because he has some information for us. Daniel, who won?
Results of the ladder, and it's going to be the Venom taking it with a score of 78 to the Bandits 68. A lot of heavyweight, a lot of great lifts, but a lot of match left. Cassie, Taylor, back to you guys at the desk.
Wow, it looks like they made it by the skin of their teeth, Taylor. They still get that 1 point because they finished within 10 points. So they made it.
They made it, and again, I saw a few athletes that I'm very surprised missed that fourth bar there. So that, I think that would have pushed them over right there. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Well, we already saw what happened, but it was very, very close on the line.
Absolutely, and I'm interested to see what exactly is going to happen now, especially now that they threw their bonus flag. Coach Sophia is hanging out over here. She's giving us some looks, and she's like, hey, you better be watching this. You better be commentating on this because it's definitely going to be a doozy. But we're having some fun here. We're watching this play out. The Venom are ahead right now. Don't know how long that's going to last since they just threw that bonus flag. But let's go ahead and hear from someone special on the grid. Daniel?
All right, we're here with the Bandits, John Young. John, obviously you get the opportunity to go against an Olympian. It's a unique aspect of grid. What does it mean to be in a sport where you can do something like that?
I just feel very blessed that God gives me a body that could compete with other God-gifted bodies. I knew I had a very small chance of winning that, but I was like, if I can just make it clean and hope he makes a mistake, and it was close. It was very fun, but I just feel very blessed.
Absolutely. You got to be proud of your performance. Got to be proud of what your team's doing right here in the thick of it. I wish you the best of luck along the way.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, John.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
It's going to be a fun one to watch. Thanks for that, John and Daniel. But we're getting ready for this ringer point race. It's still anybody's match. The differential is currently 3, but the Houston Bandits are looking to close it out. Now, I wouldn't count Tori Height out. Tori Height is an insane talent. She's good on her hands. She's very strong. But it's a little bit closer to her max than it is to Matthew Ratte's max for their respective weights. Of course, Matthew Ratte will be doing 300 pounds, and Tori Height will be doing 205 pounds. So we're just going to have to look really closely and watch what happens. Handstand walking, Matthew Ratte upside down is just something that you don't want to miss. Tori Height says steady wins the race, so she is doing that. And Matthew Ratte has it on his head, and he has finished ahead of Tori Height. But Tori Height not too far behind, so they're going to have to check that time. Wow. So it looks like the Houston... The Houston Bandits are going to get 3 points for that one, for winning. I can't stand them.
Oh.
They're going to get 3 points since they threw the bonus flag. They're going to see if Tori Height gets 1 point for finishing within the, I don't know if they know that they can't hear you, Matthew. I don't know what you're saying, but I'm sure someone at home knows what he's saying. Oh my God.
I cannot.
The Asians are out. I love it.
Let's go.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't commentate over this. This is so good. I can't miss
It's
it.
gonna turn into a dance party. What in the world? Where are we? Did it just turn?
Can this be a ringer point race, please?
Oh, what? They forgot that there was a match going on. It just turned into Club Houston Venom.
I am obsessed with them. This is the
awesome.
best thing that's
It's a
happened all
party.
day.
We're having parties out here. We having honky tonks.
What a blast. No, I cannot. They're going to see if Tori Height is going to receive the 1 point for her ringer for finishing within 20% is what I was trying to say. And I've been trying to say it for like 5 minutes, but I was just so distracted by how much fun I'm having. We're going to come right back. I don't want you to go anywhere. You're going to learn a little something.
Jack and Jill features 3 stations of high-level bodyweight-based elements that increase in difficulty moving down the grid. 1 male and 1 female are allowed on the grid at any given time, and only 1 player can be working at a time. The team can only move on to the next station when the previous station is complete. This race is the simplest when it comes to rules, but the most reliant on player skill and speed, as the hyper specialists often make the difference in the race. Remember, let the bodyweight ninjas fly in the Jack and Jill race.
I'm almost always on a foam roller. That's the first thing I do when I start training. I was just on the rumble roller. Rolls and getting them opened up and warm helps me mobilize a little.
Isn't just a regular roller. Hit the right spots.
As a bodyweight specialist, I'm always trying to get in there just so I can get better range here. I'm definitely using this as much as possible.
I'm so excited to get to work those into my mobility, my warm-up drills, and that's already going to go right into my gym bag.
I will be using this to get in there so that I can get out there and be all right.
And we're back getting ready for this Jack and Jill. We're still not over what just happened. That was such a blast.
I don't even know where we're back to.
We're going into the Jack and Jill race, Miss Girl.
Let's do it. All right, we have for the Jack and Jill. We're going to start off with 60 chest to bar pull-ups, right into 30 double touches, which is a toe to bar to chest to bar. And then we have 15 triple touches, which is a toe to bar, chest to bar, into a bar muscle up. That equals warming up.
That's right. Let's look at those game faces on the grid. Bodyweight specialist for bodyweight specialist. Let's see who's going to take this one. And they're off. Red Carey and Aaron Medina over here for the Houston Bandits, and they are the first to complete a rep. On the other side, we're looking at Michelle Young and Dakota Shackleton. It's hard to butterfly these. I mean, sorry, not butterfly these, but waterfall these, which is 1 person working at a time, just because there's only 1 person working at a time, which is allowed. And if they go at the same time, both of the reps don't count because there can only be 1 person working at a time. Is that right, Taylor?
Exactly. And we've been seeing a lot of teams having a lot of issues just finding that synchronicity between the athletes. But the Houston Bandits, they actually have athletes that are around the same size and height. So they got it a little bit better on the Venom. Dakota and I can't see who.
That's Michelle Young.
Thank you. They're a little bit, Dakota's a little bit on the longer side there, so they had a little bit of issues syncing up. But now you see the Bandits, they are getting to the double touches. And you seeing Ben Collins all over the grid, the slinging barbells, but he is also a tremendous athlete and very versatile.
Definitely. The speed that Alex Smith had, it's definitely a tough one. They're still on those chest to bars. Wow, I can't believe they're still on that, on the pull-ups. But Matthew Ratte is doing the double touches. The Bandits are pretty far ahead here, and it looks like Alex Smith is just getting into the double touches, and that speed is fast, and he is going to be doing it with Tori Height. You can't really waterfall these just because it is such a fast movement. But Tori Height is going to be coming in. Sophia Davenport doing her own reps on the Bandit side. They're into those triple touches. Remember, it's a toe to bar, chest to bar, and then a muscle up. You don't want to miss out on any second of it. The Venom were able to keep up a little bit, but they're going to have to tag back in. There's a lot of work to be done. I think Dakota Shackleton is needing to tag out just a little bit.
He's on the wrong bar. Dakota's on the wrong bar.
Oh no,
yeah,
you're
so
kidding.
Those reps do not count. He needs to get out from that bar. He needs to be on the second bar. He's staying up there. So yeah, Ingrid, you have to make sure that you're on the right bar. So
that is not great communication that's happening right now. Tori needs to understand that this speed needs to be crazy, but it's too late because the Houston Bandits take the Jack and Jill race.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. The Bandits were already so far ahead, and they had such a clean Jack and Jill performance right there. So now I see Coach Paul is up there pulling them off there, but that is definitely a communication error. There should have been some kind of the athletes did not know what bar they're supposed to be on. When you're doing a chest bar, you're on the first two. The double touches, you're on the second and third, and then on the triple touches, you're supposed to be on the third and fourth bar. So if you're performing reps on the other one, those reps do not count.
That's right. Now we're looking at whatever's happening right now. It looks like the Venom decided not to finish that Jack and Jill. I don't know if they're going to be throwing a challenge flag or why they would do that, not just to finish and take that time and just get that 1 point. But they decided not to, and the Bandits are going to take 2 points with the Venom's 0. So we'll find out in just a second if something is going to happen. Really interesting thing to do there, especially in the thick of it when you have a lead. The Venom were up by 1, but now they're down by 1. So the Venom just got 0. So now it's 12 points for the Venom and 13 points for the Houston Bandits.
And I don't think you can throw a challenge flag if you don't finish. And so, I think they were just, I don't know, they're just so far behind. Paul just called them off and didn't want anybody to get hurt. So they're just gonna move on. But if there was something that was going on there, then they will have to have a finish or show some kind of effort to be competitive.
Yeah, I wonder what the reason was that they didn't leave Alex Smith out there.
Because it looked like there was more. I don't know if Alec was supposed to do any chest to bar. It looked like he was kind of prepping for the double touches.
Yeah, he did a few.
He did a few. So but I think that because the timing was off for the Venom, that they had to adjust the strategy a little bit, and so Alec had to do more than what he was supposed to.
Absolutely. Now let's find out who the better female team is. I hate to pit strong women against each other, but that's what's going to happen here in this next race. You're going to find out a little bit more about it. Don't go anywhere.
The triad is the only race in which there is a male and a female version performed separately. It consists of 5 elements, each with 3 stations that must be completed individually. 3 players can be on the grid at any given time. All players can perform at any station and in any order. But all of the designated reps must be performed at each station. All 3 stations of each element must be complete before the team can move on to the next element. The triad is all about player conditioning and managing fatigue across the team. The best strategy ensures players have enough left in the tank for the last element and has backup plans for when things inevitably go wrong. Remember, try to catch your breath in the triad race.
I know this isn't a post, but there's been something on my mind that I've been wanting to talk to you guys for a while about now, and I think I'm finally ready to.
My name is Alex Smith. I play for the Las Vegas Venom, and I am a bodyweight specialist. Athletics have kind of been the main focus of my life since I was a kid. Love gymnastics. I was in it 5 days a week for 4 or 5 hours a day. It was kind of like my life growing up. I think a main reason why I am super competitive is because I did have an older brother growing up. So it was always something to work towards or strive towards because he was the one that kind of set that goal. And then I also had a younger brother who was trying to be as good as us. My dad was running back for Naval Academy, so always competitive growing up, always like pushing us to be our best. Found CrossFit when I was about 17, 18 years old, right when I graduated high school, and fell in love with CrossFit just as much as I fell in love with gymnastics and kind of like replaced that for me. Had the gymnastics background, I was able to do the muscle ups, the handstand walks, handstand push-ups, all that stuff came very easily to me. And so I made the goal to be a CrossFit Games athlete, and When I did qualify, it was, it felt like a dream almost. It was the first time in my life where I did reach a big goal that I set for myself. There was a lot of speculation at the time, competing at the highest level, people like asking questions, this and that, Reddit, online chats, forums, people just like.
And we are back. This is going to be the women's triad here. We're looking at 10 devil's presses at 35 pounds, 15 handstand push-ups, 15 D-ball squats at 100 pounds, 4 ring muscle-ups, and deadlifts with the axle bar. It's going to be 15 of those at 205 pounds. We're going to see who the best female team is. It's going to be female for female. The reps have to be completed at each station. Let's go ahead and take a look at those game faces right now because it's looking crazy. Really intense. The Venom just lost their lead. This is going to be a big indicator of who's going to pull ahead. And they're off. Michelle Young, Julia Cook, and Whitney Cutter of the Las Vegas Venom in purple. And in yellow, you're looking at Lauren Olson, Red Carey, and Avery Jesmer.
Yeah, and so I love this format for the triad. And we've seen in the other 2 matches that it's going to come down to who can cycle through these D-ball squats and ring muscle-ups and get to those deadlifts first. So off of just what I've seen, I don't know. The lineup is pretty even. The Bandits have found their stride. They got a lot of great CrossFit Games athletes on there, but the Venom, they have a lot of strong women. And Lydia Smith has been doing a great job for them all day today.
She sure has. I think the Venom got there first, but I think that the Bandits had all of their players first. So we're going to have to see who is going to pull ahead here. Michelle Young off of it, and it's going to be going into those D-ball squats. You got to put it on your shoulder, and you just got to run with it. You got to put it on your shoulder, and you got to squat.
Man, we're up there seeing Lauren Olson doing a lot of the work today. She was in the partner forward, and then she's up here in the triad. This shows a true test of her conditioning on here. But these women, Bandits women are moving this weight so easily.
Yeah, that's 100 pounds on one shoulder. It's awkward to hold. It hurts. It's weird. You have to go all the way down. You have to hit that full extension at the top for the squat. So it's definitely a hard one. The middle station is the first one cleared for the Venom, but it looks like all of the Bandits are finished and they are getting ready for those 4 ring muscle-ups. The Bandits are the first ones there. Not sure what they're waiting for. They could definitely be doing that already, but the Venom are close behind. A lot of struggling over there with the Venom. Remember, the reps have to be completed in each station, so you can't mess up at any point because then you will have to move out of the way for someone else to do it. They can't do your reps in another station, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you're seeing Chantel over there. She had to come over.
Oh, the Venom are able to make up some time due to a mistake on the Bandit side. That was an illegal tag for the Bandits. Oh, the Bandits don't know what to do, and the Venom are far ahead. This is only due to a mistake on the Bandits' parts for players being on the grid when they're not supposed to and not enough communication. Chantel Lund was still dangling in the air, and nobody clocked it, Taylor.
No, Red Carey had some reps on the ring muscle-ups that she needed to be finished. Chantel Lund came over to knock it out, but there was a transition.
And the Venom are going to take that female triad. They needed that win going into this when they were behind 1 point. Now they brought it back to a tie. Such close races today. What a great time we're having here in Dallas, Texas. And the Houston Bandits are going to finish within the time cap, so they will get that 1 point. Wow.
And this is why you don't just give up. Even if you lose a little bit of the lead and everything, you still have to finish strong because anything can happen in this sport. And so you just saw that the Venom had a little bit of a hiccup with the squats, but they stayed with it. They're much cleaner on the rings, and they got to that barbell just a lot faster, back to bar a lot faster.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a tough one. It's interesting to see. A lot of fun is happening, a lot of interesting outcomes. I'm sure that they weren't looking forward to that. But one thing that the Houston Bandits are known for are taking, well, first of all, is for taking out the challenge flag is something that they're known for sure. Wait, can I do this? Okay, there I go. Ooh. challenge flag. There's a challenge on the field. What's it gonna happen? All right, that's what they're known for, but they're also known for the male triad, which they lost for the first time ever yesterday. But we'll see what they can do now. There is a challenge on the field. Not exactly sure what it is. This could possibly be their last flag that they're going to do, but I'm going to go ahead and send it over to Daniel. Daniel? Just a second while we get a camera to Daniel so he could tell us what's happening. My bad. It was a little premature of me. I left my drawing on the screen and everybody got mad at me, but it's all right. We're having fun here. But Daniel, I need to hear a little bit about what's happening. What was being discussed?
Davenport of the Bandits. She's throwing her red challenge flag. They're wanting the referees to look at the placement of the D ball. The D ball on the squat's supposed to be on the shoulder. They're claiming that the Venom had the ball on their back. So the referees are going to take a look at it. Once we get a definitive conclusion to this, we'll bring it right back to you. So let's throw it back to the desk, Cassie.
Interesting. What do you make of that?
That Sophia just like to wave her flag. But no.
She's trying.
She's trying, and again, like she is not afraid to throw her flag. So this, I think we saw this in previous matches too, where the placement of the ball is critical, but it's also hard. These D balls are really big and they're awkward, and they sit very awkward on your shoulder. So a part of that ball is going to be on your back. So I think they're trying to say that the ball was more so on that back, but it's 100 pounds, and it's a very awkward ball. So I don't know if it's going to be definitive. So we'll see what the refs make of it.
Yeah, I mean, if it was just on your shoulder, actually, it would just be on this piece. And it's kind of hard to hold 100 pounds and on just your hands and this piece right here. So this was technically your clavicle. This masito, I don't know what this muscle is called, but it's going to do something. So it's technically not on your shoulder at all in any point. Well, it is on your shoulder, but not just on your shoulder, I'm sorry, is what I mean. So it's definitely a hard one. We're going to get a ruling from you. If you haven't already, comment down below where you're from. I see Virginia in the comments. So much from Virginia, having fun down there. But Daniel's going to find some information from us. Shout out to Krypton. That's where Alex Smith works out, and that's where Sam Bayano works out too. He made up a lot of people's slack on the Venom when people just didn't show up and do things. So shout out to Sam for always filling in that gap. He's not here today for the first time. He didn't plan on being in the last 3 matches, but somehow he was. So he's watching from home, and I'm sure he's having a blast watching his team do their thing and have a full roster, and I'm sure he's happy for them.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm looking forward to seeing the Venom continue to grow and hopefully to have a more consistent roster and not just for the weekend. So looking for a consistent group to grow there. And the Houston Bandits, they pretty much have their core the entire time, and they're just learning and growing in the sport and learning, being better and finding grid speed.
Absolutely. We got Big Texas in the comments. What's your favorite part about grid? Let's start that conversation. What do you want to see more of? Do you like the strength stuff? Do you like the body weight stuff? Is there something specific that's your favorite part while we're waiting for this? If you're watching in the future, feel free to comment as well. But in the meantime, we're just here, and I want to know anyway. You can skip through this, and if you're in the future, which is unfortunate, because hopefully you like listening to the sound of our voice, even when we're just sitting here and you know, shooting the stuff. So we're having fun.
Shooting the stuff, clocking it, and
clocking it. All right, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Unlike American football or baseball, where positions are very clearly defined with rules specific to them, grid league positions are more general. Think of it as a spectrum with a 4-foot gymnast on one end and a 400-pound strongman on the other, with every possible size, shape, and skill set focus filling in the middle. Roles on the grid have a lot of crossover from position to position, and there are many possible combinations that will yield a great team. Grid league has 3 primary player positions or roles on the team. Utility players generally have a wide range of abilities and end up with a diverse set of assignments on the grid. Utility players, although often assigned more total work than specialists, will still focus on their best movements as their means to contribute to the team. The strength specialist role often involves heavier assignments and, depending on the player's background, may be even more focused to individual types of strength movement, such as Olympic weightlifting or strongmen. Most of the super high-skill movements like backward roll to support in deficit, freestanding handstand push-ups are performed by bodyweight specialists. That said, there are several bodyweight specialists that mainly focus on more basic movements, but for big sets and fast cycle rates. Many are gymnasts as well, but even some of the best do not have gymnastics backgrounds, such as former MVP Paul Lays. Learn more about the sport of gridley at fgl.com/learn.
All right, we have some information for you. Daniel, tell me what I need to know.
All right, the ruling is in a rule that there wasn't enough definitive evidence to show the placement of the ball being on her back. So the ruling, as it was called on the grid, is going to stand, and the result is going to stay as it was called on the grid. So tough luck, but, you know, we got to get these things right, but we're back to the desk. Thank you.
Thanks for that. So the Houston Bandits are now out of challenge flag. The Venom still have won 2 races remaining, and the Venom just tied up, I believe, with the Bandits. How do we feel?
Yeah, and like I was saying before, I'm like, we saw that in the earlier match where they tried to call a challenge on the placement of the ball. That's a very, very hard thing to challenge there because of how weird and awkward and wide these balls are. So hopefully in the future, if you're not sure, save your challenge flag.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and send it over to Daniel really quick. I don't know who he's with. Daniel, who you got there?
We got Marissa Mayer of the Venom with us right now on the grid. Marissa, real quick, Jack and Jill, you guys decided to stop and not complete it. What was the reason behind that? Somebody get hurt or just strategy?
I think it was just strategy because we got so far out of sync and we wanted to save our energy for like the next matches so that we could just continue to crush where we knew we could win when we could risk not even finishing anyway. We had a lot of our key players in that and we just got out of rhythm, and so we just had to regroup and get ready for the next ones because this is the stuff we're ready to crush.
Absolutely. So you're in a great position to win a match here. What do you guys got to do to close this thing out?
I think we have to just keep doing what we've done, execute. When things go wrong, just continue to communicate and just be there for each other, lean into the team. We've done a lot of that today. Not everything's gone perfect, but it's just continue to be prepared as we can, make transitions as crisp as possible, and communicate well. So.
All right, well, best of luck. I appreciate the time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Daniel. We're going to take a little second. We're going to come right back. Don't go anywhere. We're going to see which one is the best male team when we come back. We are back. We're getting ready to see which male team is the best. It's going to be the same thing, just a little bit heavier. The men's weight for the Devil's Press is going to turn into 50. The D-bell squats is going to turn into 150 pounds. The ring muscle-ups is going to be a little bit more at 7. And it's going to be deadlifts with an axle bar. It's going to be 295 pounds for the men. It's going to be a tough one. We know that the Houston Bandits are a very strong male team going into this, so it's going to be interesting to see if the Venom are able to give them a run for their money. The Venom won on the female side, but can they do it on the male side? We're about to find out.
Players ready. Stand by.
and they're off. Dylan Florentine, Dakota Shackleton, Alex Smith for the Las Vegas Venom. For the Bandits, going to be Rafael Gallo, Aaron Medina, and Mason Belk here.
Yeah. So you're up there seeing a couple of different techniques with the Bandits and the Venom there. We got Rafael Gallo. He's one of our taller athletes there, but he really switched it out to Matt Rattay, who's a shorter athlete there. But you'll see them doing like a little walking thing, but they gotta be careful because if your knees are not locked out, it can't count as a fault.
Yeah, that's going to be 50 pounds in each hands for the men, but they are off to those 15 handstand push-ups. Matthew Rattay using the momentum from just one leg. That is crazy. You can see it twitching there. But the other ones are just doing it strict. Ben Collins is doing it strict. Aaron Medina is using his momentum. Whatever gets you there the fastest, Ben Collins might want to use that momentum.
Yeah.
He's just showing off here. Dylan Florentine is going to finish up the reps for the Venom. The Bandits are the first to that D-ball. Rafael Gallo, Ben Collins, and Mason Belk. Dan Hardiman, Seth Hebert, and Dylan Florentine coming in for the Las Vegas Venom in purple. They are chipping away and becoming muscle-ups, and the Venom are the first trouble with the thing. Brandon is telling them, hey, you're done with your reps, it's time to move on to the next thing, but the Venom are already a few reps ahead. Too many to count. Hands are in the air. It's only supposed to be 7, but after the muscle up, it's going to be those 15 deadlifts on the axle bar, so whoever can do that the fastest is going to be the storyteller here. Alex Smith finishing off his last one, and it's time for the Venom to hit that mixed grip with that thick axle bar. Alex Smith has no trouble getting that thing up. He is already 2 reps in. It's hard to hold. It's awkward on your forearms. Seth Hebert crushing those right now. So good. You really have to exaggerate your hip forward for the lockout. Aaron Medina having some trouble on the Houston Bandits. Hands are in the air for the Venom. Houston Bandits are trying to keep up. Can they finish in time? There's about 1.5 minutes left. There's 1 rep remaining for for Dylan. They can't go into the finish line quite yet. They really need to finish if they're going to win. 5 reps remaining and a half left. There's 1 rep remaining for Dylan. They can't go into the finish line quite yet. They really need to finish if they're going to win. 5 reps remaining, and
they have a strong over here with the D-ball squats, but they stayed with it. They made it through the rings, but then as soon as they got on the barbell, that's where they shined.
Wow, that is unfortunate what happened there. I think he was getting some faults. Coach Paul has the challenge flag in his hand. Not sure why he's not throwing it. There's 1 race remaining. I personally would, but they were saying that there were some faults on Dylan that shouldn't have counted, but they're just going to take it on the chin, and they're going to go into the next race and hope for a win. Once again, for the 3rd time today, this almost never happens, but it's coming down to the sprint relay, Taylor.
Oh, it really is. This has been a fun match, and I'm glad that the Venom didn't waste a challenge flag on that one, because honestly, if they had to go head-to-head again with Bandits, then it was going to be tough.
Definitely. I'm going to go ahead and send it over to Daniel. Daniel, what are you doing?
We are on the grid with Matt Rattay. Matt, you're always having a great time.
Yeah.
Obviously, today you got to be having an even better time because you guys have a chance to win.
Yeah.
Very close match. What is your goal? Knowing that you're closing out this season, what is the goal here for the rest of this match?
Execute. That's what it's been all season, and it's just learning how to execute. We know we can do it. We've got the talent. We've got the ability. It's just coming out here and executing and showing that, hey, we can do this whenever the chips are down and it's time to go. And, dude, you couldn't set it up better. We got to get this one, right? Get this one and get the dub for the season. Dude, it's going to be fun.
Do it for the front, not the back, man. I saw you get amped up on your ringer. Obviously, something that, you work on religiously, being on your hands, but then able to go and clean some weight too. So that's got to be an extra bonus at the end. But for you were saying something after it was over. Who were you talking to? What were you saying?
Yeah, I was talking to my wife and my kids at home. I have a 2.5-year-old and a 1-year-old as well, Leighton and Everett. Leighton, Everett, Daddy loves you. Wife, Mary, thank you for letting me do these shenanigans. I get to leave the house for 4 days and leave you with them, and you're the real MVP. So I love you, babe. Thanks for being awesome and amazing.
That's amazing, Matt. Appreciate it. Best of luck rest of the match.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks,
Bye.
buddy.
See you guys.
Back to you.
That is so sweet.
That's my guy. He's a consummate romantic. And shout out to Mary. She's amazing.
No, truly, and he is a one-of-a-kind athlete, and he is doing so amazing on this team. I can't wait to see how he grows in the sport of grid. Now, let's go ahead and get set up for this last race, the sprint relay. It's coming down to this. It's for all the marbles. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The sprint relay is the final race of every match and is worth an extra point for the race win. It is a relay race with one player allowed on the grid at a time and 8 elements to perform. Any player can perform on any element, and substitutions can happen at any time, except when a player performs the last rep of an element. In that case, the player must run back to the start line, perform a 4-point touch behind the start line, and sprint through to the finish line, permanently leaving the race. The next player may enter once the previous one has crossed the finish line. The only exception is the distance element that ends at the finish line with no sprint back required. The catch is, 4 men and 4 women must finish the 8 elements. The sprint relay is a great balance of strategy to decide which players in what order are the best combination, along with clean and well-executed elements by the players, to lead to the best race outcome for the team. Remember, 4 men and 4 women must finish the 8 elements in the sprint relay.
And we're back. This is the sprint relay. We're getting ready for it. Triple trouble. Taylor, what are the specifics here?
All right, we are going to start off with 25 thrusters with at 100 pounds. Then we're going to go into 25 pull-ups, followed by 35-pound dumbbell devil's press. We got 10 of them. Then they're going to do a farmer's carry with 215 pounds in each hand. They're going to go from start to finish there. That's going to go into 15 bar-facing burpees, followed by 4 backwards row to support, 7 deficit handstand push-ups, and then we are going to bookend it again with another 25 reps of a thruster at 100 pounds.
That is right. It's coming down to this. The stakes are high. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a dogfight till the very end. Taylor, we talked a little bit about it earlier. What is going to be the difference maker?
I am going to be looking at the backwards row to support for the Houston Bandits. So we saw the Houston Bandits finish their first sprint relay yesterday. So and they had a little bit of trouble throughout the season with some of the higher skill movements. So we'll see if Matt Rattay can come back and redeem themselves on the backwards row to support.
Definitely. One thing to note that's really important is the Houston Bandits have a history of not finishing their sprint relays. They finished their first sprint relay yesterday. So hopefully history repeats itself and they do finish today and they make it even, you know. You win, you lose 2, you win 2, you know.
There you go. Yeah.
So hopefully it's something like that and we're able to see they're able to finish, but both of these teams are looking for the win. Whoever wins this race wins the match. It makes it so much more exciting when it's this close, Taylor. It almost, like, there's never been so many races that have been just so consistently close, and that's what's making it so much fun to watch.
Oh my goodness, I said it coming into this weekend. I'm like, the season really starts today, and there was a lot at stake, and we saw that with every single match yesterday being a nail biter, and today, even though a lot of the spots were solidified, it still hasn't slowed down. This is insane.
Yeah, for sure. Oh no, Eddie, why are you doing that? Anyway, we're having a lot of fun out here on the grid. We're having a good time. I know these teams are feeling some kind of excitement and some kind of nerves for this one. This one means everything. This is for who's going to finish the season with at least 1 win. Somebody's going to walk out here, you know, 1-3. Both of these teams are not going to the playoffs. This is their very last match of the season. So a little bit of, you know, respect from the crowd for them to be fighting tooth and nail for not the bottom spot, essentially.
Exactly. And
it's sad to say, it's the truth.
It is the truth. It's the truth. And what I was saying at the beginning, even though their record, it is what it is, they have, again, the Venom went all the way to gridlock yesterday, and the Houston Bandits kept the Sharks on their toes yesterday as well.
Yeah, definitely. A lot to be said for these teams after this weekend. I'm sure this weekend is what made them feel like all of their hard work means something. And for them, watch the teams come together above everything else, above everything that they're you know, benefiting from athletically. To see them come together as teams, as families is just so cool.
and both of them having a lot of fun. We saw a dance party.
Oh, that was the best thing ever.
I still can't get over that.
All right, friends, this is for all the marbles. Who do we think is going to take this? The Las Vegas Venom or the Houston Bandits? It's all coming down to this last race of the season for both of these teams. Let's hear it.
Stand by.
And they're off. They're starting off with those 25 thrusters on 100 pounds. It's going to be on a woman's bar. Eddie G, Mason Belk, both of these men going so fast. Mason Belk maybe just a little bit faster, able to jump out of that squat. Eddie's just really going as low as he can to do that bounce. They're going so fast, Taylor.
I know, and I'm just looking at him, and Mason has done a lot of work for the band. They call him a strength specialist, but we saw him doing some gymnastics as well too. And Eddie just crushed those, and you'll see the women kind of come in here and finish out the last few reps of that, and then they'll get in and get out. So it's good to note that you have to have 4 men and 4 women cross
That's
the line.
right. Venom were able to catch up just a little bit, but Avery Jesmer for the Bandits is going to be the first one through that finish line. Ariel Swan coming out for the Bandits, and it is Michelle Young for the Venom. They're going as quickly as possible. Oh, it's not looking so good for Michelle. She's not able to butterfly them. I think she got there too fast, and she's losing her rhythm, but there's a few left. There's so many to do. There's 25, so you really want to get back into that rhythm and take your time to get back in it. Ariel Swan, of course, has played with Sophia Davenport on the Palm Beach Breakers, and there's 1 rep remaining, and she is going to finish first. Michelle Young able to get her rhythm, but she is losing it. 5 reps remaining for her, and the Venom have lost that little bit of gap that they closed. Ariel Swan is going to get off, and Laura Olson is going to be coming out for the Bandits, and this is going to be those 10 devil's presses, 35 pounds in each hand. Julia Cook is going to come out on the other side. She is a Marine athlete. This is her 2nd match ever with the grid. Her first match was yesterday.
Yeah, and I love how both athletes, they came out and they faced towards the start. So that's going to help them just turn up that time with the turnaround. But Laura Olsen is actually kind of sliding backwards a little bit, so that little bit of advantage is going away.
Yeah, Julia Cook is definitely closing this gap as much as she can. She's using that momentum a lot, and Julia Cook is fixing that gap. Wow, way to go, Julia. Lauren Olsen absolutely crushed that, though. And the Houston Bandits still have a slight lead on the Venom here going into this. Seth Heber is taking that farmer carry all the way down the grid, though. Rafael Gallo caught his speed, though, and he's taking it all the way back as well. Seth Hebert able to make up time for the Venom, and the Venom are the first one on the burpees, and that is Danielle Berry over there for the Venom. Red carry. Oh, no! Rafael Gallo wasn't finished with his farmer carry. That's going to cost the Venom a lot of time. Red carry is going to have to make up a lot of time on these burpees if they're going to win. That is so unfortunate that happened. Wow! She was out on the grid, and of course, you know, they can't complete any of the elements while someone is out on the grid. That's also going to cost them a lot of energy. Danielle Berry's going to have to hit that 4-point touch and run out of there. The Venom are going to keep their lead here. Wow. Red carry making up some time. 3 reps remaining for her, and Alex Smith is on the bar. That's not who you want to see on the other side of the grid. Alex Smith, CrossFit Games athlete, like basically inventor of the butterfly muscle up. You do not want to see that guy on the rings. 4 backward roll to support, and it looks like he just ate that thing for breakfast. Come on now. Matthew Rattay is going to come out and do the same thing for the Houston Bandits. He's looking to make up some time here for his team. Alex Smith is off the grid. Dakota Shackleton is coming out for those 7 deficit handstand push-ups. 10-inch deficit. As if a handstand push-up wasn't hard enough, they're going to stack those plates on top of each other, and they're going to make you do those. Matthew Rattay struggling a little bit with the backward roll to support. Dakota Shackleton is heading off of the grid, and he is going to 4-point touch. Dan Hardiman is hyping himself up. 15 deadlifts at 295 pounds, and that is going to secure... No, I'm sorry. This is 25 thrusters at 100 pounds. As low as he can, as high as he can. Ben Collins still has to do the deficit handstand push-ups over here for the Houston Bandits. But on the Venom side, it's pretty much taken away from. There's no way that they can come back from this deficit that they just lost. Dan Hardiman with the thrusters. Already 10 in at least. Hand is not in the air yet, but Ben Collins is off the grid, and Aaron Medina is going to have to do as many as he can, but there's 1 rep remaining from Dan Hardiman. After everything that the Venom have gone through this season, after all of the roster changes, after everybody not showing up, Dan Hardiman, rookie, is going to take it home for the Las Vegas Venom, and the Venom win the match against the Houston Bandits.
Yes, this is what we were looking for. We knew it was going to come down to the sprint relay. This match gave us everything that we wanted to see, with 2 teams that are looking to change their course of history, and I'm so happy that we got to see it up front. So congratulations to the Las Vegas Venom, but also congratulations to the Houston Bandits, because this is their first year, and they are definitely putting the league on blast. So happy for their performance and their growth. Great
wow. Aaron Medina finishing up for the Houston Bandits. 15 seconds remaining. They are going to finish under the time cap. An amazing season for the Bandits, I have to say. They came out here and they put on a show. It's the end of the regular season for both of these teams. Tori Hyde is not happy that Eddie keeps on doing that to the camera. But they're having a blast. They're happy to win their first match in 2 years. Their second match in organization history. But the Bandits, as a brand new team, definitely came out here and made a statement. An amazing time, a fun time, a competitive match. Came down to the very end. They genuinely fought, and both of these teams are going to make a huge splash in seasons coming.
Oh my goodness, this was great. This was a great day, a great weekend for both of them, and I'm happy to see the Houston Bandits overcome those high skill movements. They definitely gave them a little bit of issue in the previous matches, but you can tell they have been hard at work over the past few weeks, and they were able to finish that. And again, congratulations to the Las Vegas Venom. They had, I think, definitely with Wes Kiss coming in, and then also with rookie Seth Hebert. There we go. I'm gonna get these names right. they definitely help increase that spark for the Las Vegas Venom. So it was a great day.
If these are your 2 favorite teams, unfortunately, it's the end of the season for them. Today's the end of the regular season, but there's more grid to come, which is the good news. There's a match at 3:30 today. It's going to be the South Beach Palms versus the Atlanta Wild, and they are going to be competing for what they were just competing for, which is not to be at the bottom. And essentially, it's going to be a dogfight, and we can't wait to watch it. There's also more grid coming in August. It's going to be the championships and the playoffs in Kissimmee, Florida in August. So definitely stay tuned to United Grid League Instagram. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell us where you're from, engage with us a little bit so we can get a better idea, and hopefully we could bring more grid matches near you. For now, I'm Cassie Martinez.
And I'm Taylor Stallings.
I'll see you at 3:30.